Take 127. No, okay, I'm just kidding. My name is Ava Peterson, and I am here to talk to you about Talbott Fiber and what my hopes and dreams are for this YouTube channel, as well as Talbott Fiber as a whole. So I am the mother of 3 grown adult children, the stepmom of 4, 3 adult grown children, and 1 that is still living at home, but she lives at home with her mom. And I also am the grandmother of 8 grandchildren. So, needless to say, I have lots of people in my world to make fun, fibery things for. And I'm here today because I want to not only introduce myself to you and introduce my business to you, but also begin to build a community. I used to live in a very small town in Montana, and there was a wonderful yarn shop there. And I had great friends that we used to get together and we would play with our yarn at least once a week, and most of the time 2 days a week. Since I left there a few years ago, I have not had that again, and I really miss it. And so this channel is more about getting involved with the community and rebuilding that support system that I used to have. And so that I can meet some more yarn, fiber, funny people that love to do what I love to do, and hopefully we can do those things together and learn from each other and grow. So, my interests, I have many of them. Sorry if I keep looking down, but I'm trying to kind of follow along on my notes so I don't miss what I wanted to talk to you about. Pretty much anything to do with fiber. I love to sew. I love to spin. I spin. I knit. I crochet. I do tatting. I've done quite a lot of beadwork. I don't do as much with it anymore. Unfortunately, my eyes are getting old and I just can't see as good as I used to be able to see to do those things anymore. And honestly, my interests have changed. So, I really just love to knit, and I love fiber. So I do a lot more with yarn and fiber than I do anything else anymore. But I also like to sew, and I do some quilting. My late mother-in-law taught me how to quilt when I very first got married. My ex-husband and I were married for 22 years, and we got divorced about a year ago, close, give or take a little bit of time here, and that's a whole nother story. But needless to say, I have been on a roller coaster ride for about a year, and I'm getting to the point now where I feel pretty stable in who I am and what I want out of my life and where I want to go. Hence, Talbott Fiber. That is where I am going to put most of my energy. I had a business of my own many years ago. I was a beadwork designer. I wrote several books. They've been published in pretty much every English-speaking country in the world, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. But now I'm ready to embark on that adventure with yarn and fiber and knitting. So, what I hope to offer on this channel is my friendship to you, and a place for us to get together and build a community and get to know one another. I would like to host some knit-alongs, some spin-alongs. We're going to give away some prizes to people and to you, I guess. and we're going to just have a lot of fun. And along the way, I also have a business, and that is going to be part of this channel. I will try to keep the two separated. That's not going to happen today, because today I'm just pretty much going to introduce myself, show you a little bit of what I'm working on, show you some of the products that I hope to have offered on my website when I get that far. I am in the process now of creating some of the products and getting my website up and running. The domain name has been purchased, and so that part of it is done. I will have a blog on my website. Mostly the blog is just going to follow my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to find notes there, and we can have conversations there. We'll see how it goes. I'm not really sure if it'd be better to have the conversations here on YouTube, or if it would be better to have them on my website, or, you know, maybe some of you would rather, I feel more comfortable here, and maybe some of you would feel more comfortable there. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Talbott Fiber. There will be a group set up on Ravelry as well, where the show notes will be there, and we can talk and discuss things there as well. And when we get to the point where we start knit alongs or crochet alongs or spin alongs or whatever alongs we decide we want to do, we'll have threads and stuff over there for you to be able to comment on, as well as to post your finished objects, and we can draw names and prizes and stuff for the prizes and stuff that we're going to have. At some point, I do have an Instagram. I am pretty active on there. I'm on there every day. I read it every day. So that's a really good place to find me too. Again, it's Talbott Fiber. TalbottFiber. Talbott Fiber. So, yeah. That's that. I do have a business partner that is going to help me as far as dyeing yarn and fiber. My daughter-in-law is going to help me with those things. And at some point, we'll start doing probably some live chats, and to where you guys can actually chime in and talk back and forth with us. And so you can get to know us both, and we can get to know you, hopefully, and bring you some of the products and some of the information that you want on this channel. Because it's not just all about what we have to sell and what we have to offer. It's also about, I would love to share my knowledge with you. I grew up in a very long line of very talented, creative women, and I share that with my daughter. I share it with my daughter-in-law. I've shared it with my sons, and I'd like to share it with you. So there's not many crafts I haven't tried, and I'm not afraid to try a new one. So I have my interests in the ones that are the most special to me, and that happens to be where we are now. So without further ado, I will show you some of the products that I have and some of the things that I've been working on. So, I guess let's start with the fiber. I actually wanted to learn how to spin, and at the time, I did not have a lot of disposable income. So, being raised the way that I have been, I was raised with the idea that if you don't have what you need to do what you want to do, then you make it. So I learned how to make it. So I wanted to learn how to spin fiber because I already knew how to knit. I've been knitting since I was probably, 5 the first time I learned. And I've pretty much learned many times over the years. But the last 10, 15 years is really stuck, and I've done a lot. I probably got serious the first time when I was pregnant with my daughter. And my daughter is going to be Okay, let's just say she's over 30. Okay, so it's been a long time ago. So, I needed to be able to have a way to spin fiber. So I wanted to learn on a drop spindle. And so I made some drop spindles. So this is one of the first ones that I made. It is, I forget. I'll put it down below here when I find my paper that tells me what kind of wood this is, because I forgot. But here's the first one. And the fiber that's on here was a fiber that I got from a little shop in Union, Oregon, I believe. And I do not remember the name of the fiber. I've had it for 3-4 years, and I just started spinning it. But as you can see on here, there's a single strand of fiber. And then if you unwrap it a little bit more, there is plied fiber as well. So this is, you spin a little bit, and then you ply a little bit, and then you spin a little bit, and then you ply a little bit, so on and so forth. So anyway, that's one of the projects that I have on the go at the moment. Okay, just make that secure so it doesn't come undone on me. This one is oak. I actually do remember this one because oak is one of my favorite woods. And I did them in an octagon rather than a circle. It spins just as easily, but I had a really hard time making the circles and making them balance. And this was just a lot more forgiving of a shape when I actually started constructing them. And so this is the way that it is. They're about 3 inches across. If you go from side to side. And then they're about 12 inches long. They might be a little bit longer. I can't really remember if that was before or after I put the hook on the end, but yeah. And this one is the third one, and this one is walnut. I do believe that I have oak, mahogany, which is what this probably is. I could be wrong. Oak, mahogany, walnut, and cherry wood, I believe, are the 4 that I currently have. But these are the only 3 that I have with me today because these are my personal spindles and the first ones that I ever made. So this fiber is a fiber that my granddaughter, my eldest granddaughter, actually dyed with me, and but she got bored with spinning and said, "Grandma, this is boring." So yeah, maybe when she gets a little older. So Grandma's spinning it, and then I will at some point I'll make her something with it. After I got the spindles done, I realized a few things. One, if I was going to do a single ply, which is what this is, and be able to ply it, I had to have a way to do that. So I made a bigger spindle that's a little bit heavier. This is a plying spindle. I will have them for sale in my shop as well. They are very simple, very basic. They are just made out of, the dowels are hardwood dowels, so they're good and strong and sturdy. This, however, is just pine. It gave me the weight that I wanted, and it allowed me to ply my fibers pretty well. So I will show you here in a minute some of the fiber that I actually plied with this. And I also wanted to do, I started out with a 2-ply, and so I needed a way to be able to do the 2-ply. So I made this because I went online and I looked at tools, and this is an Andean plier. I found a website or a video that showed you how to do Andean plying on your hand. Okay, I don't know about the rest of you, but yeah, there's too many people in my world, and I get interrupted way too much to be able to sit down and do that whole process from start to finish. And I knew that before I ever even started, because the first thing of fiber that I ever spun filled up this entire spindle. It was clear down to the end down here, and it was clear out to the edges here, all the way down. Tapered, of course, because that's how you put it on there, but full. Okay, so I knew there was no way I was going to get it all done at once. So I built my Andean plier. So you wrap it around here, and at some point I'll do a video and show you how to use this. I saw different ones that, different designs out there, but this is one that I came up with. Most of this, this part is actually not showing true to, it's not true color anymore, but this used to be blue and it was beautiful. It was just a blued piece of wood, and so I always loved the blue. This part you can see, actually this is more true. This is pretty true color here. This has kind of changed color over time. But anyhow, I will do a video and show you how to use this. It was a great tool. It's handy to have. Again, it's just made out of pine. All except the dowel, again, is made out of hardwood. And the dowel comes out so that once you get done plying your your thing on there, you can take this out once your yarn is all done, and you can turn it upside down. At some point, I'm going to try to build a stand for that so that I can just set it on the floor and be able to ply from that, directly from that. And then, after I got that done, I needed a way to take my plied yarn and skein it. So I built me a niddy noddy. So this is my niddy noddy. It comes apart in 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Okay. These, it's stuck good now. Anyway, I normally leave them in this rather than in this, just because without it, it's shorter and easier to store. So as you can see, when you put them together, you don't need near as much space to store it as what you do the other one. But anyway, so you can, again, it's just made out of pine, hardwood dowels so that you have that added strength. But yeah, so that's that. Then, let me see. Okay, so I told you one of the other things that I like to do is I like to sew, and I will be offering, I will be offering project bags in my shop at some point. So this is one of the project bags that I've made, and it is a little bit taller. This one is specifically for my spindles, so that I had enough room for my spindle and for my fiber. So there you go. The cherry wood. So yeah, I have, as you can see, it's a pretty good sized bag, and I have a 100-gram ball of fiber, which I've broken down into into smaller braids so that I can spin them up, and yeah, so it all fits down inside there. Great little project bag. Everything's protected and all those things. So yeah, so that's one size. Then I have the sock size. Again, drawstring. I am not a zipper fan. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have worked diligently on a project and had them in a zipper bag, and promptly got my project stuck in the zipper and ruined my fiber, and so I don't do the zipper bags very often anymore. I will for other types of crafts, but for my knitting and my spinning, I use almost exclusively drawstring bags. So yeah. So as you can see, there are 2 100-gram balls of yarn in there, and my needles, and a copy of my pattern, and my stitch markers. So yeah, it's perfect size. You can, it'll totally hold everything you need to do a pair of socks. And then this is my large size bag, and it is for sweaters and that kind of thing. Again, drawstring. A lot of my bags are, most of my bags actually are lined with felt because, no, not felt. Fleece, because, what am I trying to say? It isn't fleece either. Flannel. There we go. Jeez. Brain kind of lost it. So yeah, I use flannel because it's soft. It adds a little bit of cushion to the bag. It adds a little bit of stiffness to the bag, so you can fold the bag down on itself and it'll stay open. You can plop it down on the floor, and as you can see, it stays open, and it's easier to, you can work right out of the bag. So right now there are two. A finished sock, and a needle, and a sweater project. So here's the sweater, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there are 9 skeins of yarn. I believe they're 50-gram skeins, if I'm not mistaken. They're drops alpaca, 100% pure alpaca. Fingering weight. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of yarn in there. And my book. Okay. And my book is all my notes and whatnot, because this actually, I am working on a pattern that I am designing. So let me get all of this back in here, just because I don't want it in my way, right? Okay, so and the socks, I took this actually to my son's house the last time that I went there. He lives a little ways away from me, and so I took it with me, and I just threw both projects in the bag, so I only had to take one bag instead of two. And as you can see, I still have plenty of room in there. I could fit a few more things in there if I needed to, but I don't and I won't. So there you go. I will have many different styles of fabric. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I am just getting into the Who. Love Doctor Who. That's awesome. Anyway, so I'll show you a few of the fabrics that I have. Some of them are themed, some of them not so much, just other stuff I love and like and that sort of thing. So, as I said, I am a Harry Potter fan. So, we have Harry Potter fabrics. So, there's that one. And a black and white version that I just thought was really cool. I really like this one. And all those fun little words and things that you see. So, he who must not be named, and Lord Voldemort, and all of those things. And Gryffindor, because I'm a huge Gryffindor fan, because I'm a Gryffindor. So, there you go. Yep, Gryffindor. This one I'm not sure I'll put up in the shop, to be honest with you. Probably once it's made, it's mine. But, you know, we can probably find some more fabric somewhere along the line. So, for the Doctor Who fans, Here we go, TARDIS. Gotta have a TARDIS. And this is just a really cool fabric. I really liked it. So, and it's got all my fun colors in it. So yeah, there's that. And then I have some sugar skulls. Very cool. Everybody loves sugar skulls. And then I found this cute fabric, guys. I really love this fabric. It is so awesome. It says, because this fits me beautifully. There you go. Creativity is messy and I am very creative. So there you go. Because I am. I constantly have a mess going on somewhere. Someday I'll show you my mess, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. This is another fabric that I just really love. I love stone and metal and all of those things. And being from Montana, and I grew up in Butte, Montana, which is like the copper capital of the world. So I just had to have this fabric because it has the copper and gold and silver. And so yeah, I think it'll make a really neat project bags. And because I love tea and coffee, but this one's more tea-based than coffee-based. So, yeah. And it's just got cute little teacups all over it. And there's sprigs of fresh herbs. And this says it has a little tea deal on it. And there's chai tea and white tea. And, yeah. It's just really cute. And then, this, I thought, was just fabulous. Again, it's black and white, and it's not all that fancy of a fabric, but I thought it was cool. How cool is that? Today's good mood is sponsored by coffee. Right? Love it. Just love it. So, yeah. So, those are some of the fabrics that you can look forward to seeing in my shop. And actually, long before I ever got into the dyeing world, or into the spinning world, I learned to dye fiber. And this is a pair of socks that I made. They're just a very simple sock. But this was one of the very first yarns that I ever dyed. And I really just had a lot of fun. I love dyeing yarn. There's nothing like it, and I really don't even know how to explain it. I love the process. I love seeing what you get because you never know. And when you get done, it's like Christmas every time you see the fiber and the yarn dyed. So I will show you some of the things that I've dyed here in a minute. But before I get to that, I would like to show you, sorry about the crinkle, a few of the things that I actually spun. So I don't have any of this left anymore, but this is a cowl that I made from the very first fiber that I ever spun. And I'm pretty proud of it. It turned out pretty well. I mean, as you can see, there's thick and thin spots in it, but that's only to be expected when you're first learning how to dye, or to spin, excuse me. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love to spin. I didn't actually dye this. This is Pottsworth, I think it's called. I bought it from a shop down in Oregon when I was down there visiting my eldest son. And so, yeah, I don't remember the name of the pattern. It's been quite a while since I made this. But I will, when I edit this video, I will go on Ravelry because I'm sure it's in my library somewhere, and I'll find it and put up a thing because that's a big deal. I kind of like to be able to give credit to designers because they work hard. So there's that. This is, and that fiber that I completely spun that on a drop spindle. Then I moved on to a spinning wheel. And at some point I will show you my spinning wheel and I'll talk to you about my spinning wheel. It was made by a really awesome man named John. And when I get to that point, I will show you my spinning wheel and his awesome work and his contact information and all of those things. Because he has wonderful spinning wheels and I really love my wheel. And so here's one of the 100-gram skeins of fiber that I spun. This is a mixture of wool. I'm not even really sure what it is, to be honest with you. I bought it online and I broke it down. I think it was 10 pounds and I broke it down into 100-gram lots and bumps, I guess you call them. And I kettle dyed quite a few of them, and I'll show you some of those. This is one of them that I dyed though, and I spun on my spinning wheel. And this is stupid computer dyed. Okay, so we're gonna go back. I guess I have a limit, and unfortunately I didn't even see what it said as it flashed across the screen that it was, I'd reached my video limit and it was shutting off, so I don't know what that is, but I'll figure that out later. Anyway, here's the second one that I spun on my spinning wheel. And then I have a few others. I'm not sure where the projects are for this. This I made myself a hat out of. And this one I actually made for my granddaughter. And I made her a cowl out of this for Christmas a couple years ago. So yeah, my granddaughter is now 12. She is probably one of my biggest fans too. I love her. I'm her. She's mine. I love her. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few of the other colorways that I dyed. This, believe it or not, is a single color of dye. And I did it in a pot and it broke. And this is what I got. It was actually supposed to be a really deep blue, if I remember correctly. And when it broke, I ended up with this beautiful fiber. So, yeah. Just tons of color. It's pretty true. The color that I'm seeing on the screen is pretty true. Might be actually a little bit brighter than what it really is. It's a pretty muted colorway, but a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I had never really played with fiber. I dyed yarn before, but I never really dyed fiber, and so I wanted to play with this, and I think I spent, I don't know, it was probably $120 for 10 pounds of this fiber. So it's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's rough. I do wear it again. I would wear it against my skin. And my skin's fairly sensitive. But I wouldn't put it on a baby. I'm not even sure that I'd put it on a small child. But I would wear gloves or a hat or anything like that. I'm not sure I would wear a sweater out of it either, but let's face it, I'm not going to get a sweater out of this, right? There's not enough quantity there. And a lot of these colorways, unfortunately, I was playing. I didn't write a lot of it down, and so most of it I may or may not be able to replicate. So at this point, these are going to be just single bump lots. When they're gone, they're gone. And then I will actually get the fiber base that I want to keep in my shop. So these right now are they're going to be discounted because they were some of the first ones that I ever dyed, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're beautiful. They're clean. They come from a smoke-free house. I do have animals, but the animals they've been in bags, and the animals are not allowed in the room where I keep my fiber and stuff. Okay, this one was actually a turquoise, and it broke as well, and I ended up with turquoise and blue and yeah, all that fun fibery goodness. They were so much fun, and I really love to dye. So I'll show you the rest of the ones that are, okay, so these are more of a tonal, I guess. They didn't break so much as that first one that I showed you, but there is some breaking in these. So there's this one, which is just a very muted amethyst purple and blue. Very pretty. Again, it's showing up a little brighter on the screen than what it actually is. It's a little more muted than that. And then this one is more of a pinky purple, I guess you might say. So yeah, there's purples, a little bit of blues, a little bit of pinks, some pale spots. This actually is kind of pinkish, honestly. So yeah, it's not exactly coming up true to color. This one is a mixture of colors that I actually did mix. It was supposed to be teal and an orange, okay? Because I like teal and orange. I think they're really pretty. But what I ended up with is blue and purple and orange and, yeah, green, blue. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I really hope that I can repeat this colorway at some point because it's beautiful. Beautiful fall colors. The pops of color. This is actually a pretty, it's more of an orange. It's not so pink as it kind of looks on here. Okay, one more and then I'm done with that. This one, this was supposed to be wine colored and purple and orange. This was supposed to be my fall colored one. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to at all, but I love it. Absolutely love it. It's got teals and purples and a little bit of white and cream and peach. And yeah, just lots of fun. Lots of fun. So I can't, it'll be neat to see these all spun up. And so any of the fibers that you buy from me, I would love to see what they look like spun up. I think that's going to be the hardest part of this for me, is going to be actually selling my stuff, because I never have, and not being able to see it's spun and not being able to actually spin it. But yeah, it'll be just as much fun to see you do it as it is for me to do it, because I love to see what all the people are working on. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I have to show you today. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get to know you and to begin to build a community. Fiber people are just the most wonderful people ever. And like I say, I really miss having that. It's been a long time since I had that kind of connection and that sense of community. And so I really look forward to having that again. Before I forget, again, I am in need of your assistance because I have come up with a pattern, a sock pattern, and the pattern is almost completely written. I have finished my first pair of socks, and if I can remember when I go to edit this, I will insert a picture of it for you so that you can see it. It'll probably be up over here somewhere. Anyhow, if you would be interested in being a test knitter for me, I would really appreciate if you would send me a message on Ravelry. That's probably the best place because, or you can send it to Talbott Fiber, TalbottFiber @yahoo.com. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. I really would like to get this done as quickly as I can so that, like, say, over the next couple of weeks. So if you are a fast knitter and you would like to do that, please get in touch with me, and then I will get the rest of the information to you, and we'll go from there. So thanks a lot for that, your consideration in doing that for me. I would really appreciate it. Like I say, I think that's about all I have to show you today. I am really excited that you were here. Thank you for allowing me to come into your home and spend a little bit of time with you. Thank you for coming into my home and spending a little bit of time with me. And I really would love to hear whatever you have to say or whatever you would like to share. You can share it in the down bar below. I will definitely respond to you. And like I said, you can find me on Ravelry, Talbott Fiber, and yeah, I'll create a groups page for us, and I will put the show notes over there so you'll be able to find them there, and I will include my other contact information where you can find me on other places. So if you enjoyed what you watched here today, I hope that you will subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell so that you will get notified when I put up new videos. This is something that I plan to do. Right now, I don't have a schedule. I do not have any idea how often it will be. I am going to shoot for once a week, but it might be every 2 weeks. We'll just have to see. At this point, I am busy, and I'm trying to get my business up and running, and I got a lot of things to do. So, but a lot of what I want to do is connect with you too. So it's something that I want to be sure is done and is done as good as I can for you and for me. And so this will kind of be a video log of my journey for me, and I will be able to see how much I've grown and how much what I do has changed, and how much my business grows, and where it goes and the directions it goes. And so at some point, I hope that my daughter-in-law will be a part of these podcasts as well. She is just learning how to knit and how to do those things, and she has small kids at home, so she doesn't have as much time to do those things just yet. But hopefully we can get her on board, and we'll get her going with us. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And also at some point, I am hoping that my daughter will come on here, and she will share some of her likes and things with you as well, and you can just listen to us chatter on and spend time together and spend time with you. So yeah, that's about all I have for today. So thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope that you will come back and see us again, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Happy? Oh, I almost forgot. So my daughter came up with this sign off, and we'll see how it goes. So here we go. Have a fiber-filled, fun day. Bye.